The IQ260 gives photographers a unique opportunity to shoot exposures of up to 1 hour and get images that are virtually noise-free from this massive 60 megapixel sensor. It's not ideal to shoot long exposures in bright outdoor conditions, but with a bit of help from this 10-stop ND filter, I should be able to exploit the capabilities of this digital back. So for this shoot today, I'm using the IQ260, I'm using a Phase 1 645DF Plus, a 35mm lens, and of course a cable release. I'm mounting the camera system on a really sturdy tripod to make sure it doesn't move during exposure. The conditions are pretty still today, but if it was a bit more windy, I might want to weigh it down with a camera bag or a sandbag. To activate the long exposure mode, simply tap ISO on the home screen, go to long exposure mode and on, and I'm going to use the default ISO 140 setting. All IQ backs have some useful tools to help aid composition. So before I take a shot, I'm going to use the alignment tool to help ensure I get a straight horizon. So before I attach the ND filter to the front of the lens, I'm going to compose my shot and then set the exposure setting. In the current ambient conditions at ISO 140, I want a shutter speed of around a 30th of a second, so I'm going to adjust the aperture to f16. So once I've captured a test shot, I'm going to press the context menu icon in the plane mode to get some really useful options. Press the grid option to get an overlay on your current image. Long press this option to get some preset grid modes. And there's also line style and colour choices to help the grid stand out against a captured image. This plane mode also has some useful tools to help check exposure. There's a histogram option. There's also an exposure warning tool that will highlight any areas that may be blown out. There's also a black and white preview mode that will help you instantly see what your image looks like in monotone. I'm happy with the composition and exposure now, so it's time to fit this ND filter that's known as the Big Stopper. It's now time to change the shutter speed on the camera. Now, I'm currently shooting on a 30th of a second, but if I refer to the table on this bag, I can see that I've got to adjust the shutter speed now to 30 seconds. Before I take a shot, I'm going to firstly put the camera in mirror up mode to stop any vibrations that may cause. I'm going to close the eyepiece shutter to stop any stray light. If you're really cautious, you can also wrap the whole camera with something like a lens wrap to stop any light leak that might get into the camera. I'm now finally ready to take the shot. I really like the effect, but I'm going to experiment with some different shutter speed settings as the ambient light is dipping at the moment. I'm also hoping the weather conditions will change. It's a bit clear at the moment, and I'd like a few clouds to add a bit of drama. I'm also hoping the wind will pick up to give the water a bit more of a fluid look.